Is going to be a spoiler review for Faces of Death 2026, the new film directed by Daniel Goldhaber and starring Dacre Montgomery and Barbie Ferreira. I gave this movie high praise because I really enjoyed it. It does have a lot of inconsistencies in terms of plot, I know that, but overall the movie is a really strong package of horror. It's basically a serial killer movie with a sharp social media satire edge. This movie's about Margot. She is a moderator at Kino Video, and her job is to basically just mind-numbingly allow or ban videos on the video platform website that she works for. It's not like YouTube. It's a little bit more unscrupulous because they allow violence. They allow certain stuff to, like car accidents and people doing dangerous stunts and things like that. However, she comes across some execution videos that look kind of real, and she's not really sure if she should allow them, but her boss says it's fine because it's probably fake. They don't go into the theme of, oh, that's probably just AI, allow it. It's just seemingly realistic snuff films. It doesn't get a lot of views, but it bothers her. And something that she signed when she started working there is an NDA. She's not supposed to talk about it or look into it, but she decides to do it anyway and finds out that one of the people in the videos is a missing person in real life in the news. So she gets scared and she starts looking into it. And we find out that the videos are indeed real and they're being made by a killer. And the killer doesn't have a name. So I dubbed him The Face, and The Face is kidnapping people for the first part of this movie. And the first like 30 to 40 minutes is pretty slow. There's a lot of character development for Margot. She suffered a train accident when she was younger. She lost her sister. They were trying to do like a TikTok style dance video on a train track with a train coming, and her sister got killed. So they dub her Train Girl. She's been trying to live under the guilt of that, and that's probably why she's going into this whole investigation stuff, and she explains it to her roommate. So Margot herself has a good backstory, she has a good motivation, and pretty decent performance from Barbie Ferreira as well. She was plus size when she did this movie, so good representation. She's also a lesbian, but she doesn't have a lesbian relationship in the movie, so it's just that representation angle felt a little flat because they didn't really explore that. They just said, by the way, you're gay or whatever. But good representation for body types and stuff. It's different, I like that bold casting. The roommate's really good too. He's like your stereotypical super artsy gay horror buff, but he's not a stereotype at least. And of course, the movie is carried on the backbone of Dacre Montgomery in a star-making role. He usually plays kind of shifty characters like Stranger Things or, What We Hide. But in this movie, he leaned into his OCD to play a really unhinged, deranged killer. The Face wears red contacts and a face mask and full bodysuit to hide the hair, so it doesn't leave any DNA. And it's really good at kidnapping people, but he has like little strange rituals. I don't know if these were added by Dacre Montgomery himself or they were in the script, but there's a scene where he gets out of his car and he's like really anal and looking around and doing like the 360 head on a swivel thing, and then he starts hyping himself up by flexing, going like a gorilla, like a bodybuilder in the gym. And then he pulls out this knife, and you're like, oh no, he's gonna kill Margot because he's found out where she lives. And then he actually wants to kidnap her and kill the roommate. So all of that's done in one scene, one take. It's amazing, and it's even extra darkly comedic because he looks so awkward because he's wearing almost like a nylon head thing around his arms and his body. Like if he just wore like a regular face mask and a hoodie, no one would care. But imagine if you're in this kind of apartment building and you went out to go get something and there's just like a dude standing there with like a white face mask, red eyes. He would look way more inconspicuous than just wearing a regular face mask and a hoodie, which is extra funny. But that's the kind of unhinged nature of the movie. There's a lot of unintentionally black comedy parts in this movie that I think were intentional, like after Margot escapes, she's got blood on her face from a fight. I don't remember how she got the cut on her face, but she maybe she cut her face on the window or something, or she fell. But she's running away from the Face's house, and there's like a woman with her 2 kids, and they're about to get in the car, and Margaret just starts screaming at him like, "Please call the." She doesn't say call the police. She just screams at them like a wild woman, and they just get in the car and drive away. And it's really funny because it's like the most realistic thing that would happen. It's happened to me before too. I was sitting at a bench at a bus stop, and no, just on my phone, and this dude, just random dude, walks up to me. He looks a little rough, and he goes, "Call 911, someone's following me. Call 911 right now." And I look at him, I'm like, "What do you mean?" And then he tries to grab my phone, and I'm like, holy crap, like, dude. And then, of course, a dude comes by on a bike and then pepper sprays me and him. So, you know, sometimes it's just like you're a little bit taken aback by someone, because the guy at the time didn't seem worried. He just walked up to me and said, "Call 911." That scene of her screaming and running at the family was really funny. There's also a scene where she's at the hospital, and she's trying to tell the doctor, nurse, that she was kidnapped by a serial killer, and the doctor's just kind of like, "Yeah, there's fent in your system. Do you want like a pamphlet or something? Do you need mental health services?" And she's just so done with it. And the entire movie's kind of done, it has like a general malaise over the entire thing, because it doesn't take place in like a super satire sort of world, but it sort of paints a sort of society that's a little bit more desensitized to violence. Like, people really go after viral videos. Kino Videos, like a fictional web hosting company that she works for, you know, that could be a thing. You know, someone could invent, you know, like a YouTube without limits in the future, and it becomes more popular because you can watch weird stuff on there. And you know, it definitely takes place in a sort of world where everyone wants to be famous, and including her, and including the villain too. The Face actually makes these videos, and when she starts posting them on Reddit and stuff like that, illegally, because she's got like the access, she's able to sneak out the videos and try to find out if they're real or not. They end up going viral unintentionally. She doesn't want that, but she just wants to find out more about the videos, and it ends up making him go viral. And he loves it. He's like, "Yes, finally, my platform. I want to be famous. I want to like make these." You know, he wants to be famous as well. So even the killer has like a dark reflection of our society. He wants to hurt people in order to be famous, not because he's also a psychopath, but also because there's a great scene where he kidnaps an influencer, and she's trying to escape. He shoots her, and he wants to just choke her out right there on the kitchen floor. However, he can't do it without filming it. It's like a compulsion. It's like our society is just so into like, you know, no, you gotta film before you have a first bite. You gotta get like 50 photos and like, you know, footage and stuff. And sometimes you catch yourself falling into the rabbit hole a little bit too much. So this movie has that great social media theme. You get to see the influencer girl get kidnapped, and she's all into like, you see how vapid her sort of material is, and he kidnaps other people too. He kidnaps like an anchor from TV and like the anchor's son, and so there's a lot of interesting moments as well, like in terms of just the relevant themes they really add to the movie. They modernize it. There's also like a great synth musical score that sort of ties everything together, and the last, you know, hour movie is just pure thrills. And the reason why I didn't give the movie a perfect 10 and only an 8 is because there are a couple of inconsistencies in plot. Margot takes Narcan ahead of time to stop a fent overdose, because the Face uses a small needle and jabs his victims, and then they pass out immediately. He makes his own fent cocktail, probably, because if he used normal fent, it would just kill you, and he wants to keep you alive so he can snuff you on film. And there's a few others in there, like she calls the police after escaping, and he's able to gaslight them, and a really fun performance, and a few other things in there too, like the way he's able to find people's addresses through their phone. He's like a super hacker thing or something, but you know, little things like that. But the main one is that they didn't really, this movie has franchise sequel potential. They didn't show her killing him. Like, she injures him grievously at the end of the movie, and they don't show him dying. So he could return, but he'd be in prison. But you know, he could escape and do more stuff. But if the movie had a darker edge to it, and maybe he like hurt her a little bit more, or killed her, it would have probably been better. And he just continues his little reign of viral video stuff. But if he were to kill Margot, though, it would sort of end her character arc of trying to redeem herself for the death of her sister. So it's something that the movie is sure to, you know, not lean into. It doesn't force the plot for more sequels. It gives Margot's character arc a complete turn. So in a way, yeah, bittersweet ending, but you know, I would love to see more from this character. The Face by Dacre Montgomery is a really great character. It could be the new Saw, but the movie didn't do that well. But overall, that's my spoiler review of The Faces of Death reimagining from 2026.